I don't think they got it. All right, let's get it. Yeah, that's right.
I said we're good to go.
What's up with it? Let's get it. Let's go. This is your girl forever the realest. Okay, we is right here live right now on It's Gorgeous Radio, stuck at a green light live show. You know, hey, it's media day. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? With your girl forever. It's going down right here in Las Vegas, in the heart of Las Vegas. So make sure you give a grin, tell a friend that it goes down. Live audience, food. Today we are sponsored by G Snacks on the Go. Okay, let's get it. I mean, the food is in the building. You know what I'm saying? And we about to have a lit situation. So let's get it. Let's go. I got Abdullah here right now. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what's up.
Peace, love, family. My name is Abdullah, hip hop MC, born and raised Chicago, military veteran, college graduate, and now resident here in Las Vegas. Been here for a couple of years, but I've been an MC on the underground hip hop circuit for a very, very long time.
That's what's up. You know, and thank you so much for, serving and,
Hmm
being a part of, keeping us alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much because hey, it is what it is. But how is it in that lifestyle like to be having that type of responsibility, especially being, Army vet?
It was ingrained in me before I even went in the military. I come from a great family background. A hard-working, diligent mother, um, surrounded around great men on the west side of Chicago, eventually moving in with my father, which for me, that was a pivotal point of me growing up, the reconnect with my father and then going into the military. I just had that leadership type ability in me when I went in. And so just being around a group of well-traveled, well-experienced men, it morphed me into the Abdullah that you see today because part of being a leader is being around other people who are great leaders by personal example.
Absolutely, being around like-minded individuals.
Hmm
Absolutely, and that's why that saying "birds of a feather flock
Yeah.
together" is like it is what it is. Got to be around success
hmm
or above, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean, and whatever you were gunning for.
hmm
That's what's up. So let the people know where you from. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I'm born and raised West Side Chicago in the K Town section of the West Side, Grinshaw and Keeler to be exact.
But my thing is this, we up here in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? So what brings you from, Chi-Town to Vegas
Well,
town?
well, I've had family out here for years, and
Uh-huh.
before I moved here, I was coming out here twice a year anyway,
Mhm.
visiting family, and then opportunity came up to where I could transfer my job out here, and I took advantage of it, and
Mhm.
I don't regret it because of the simple fact that I make more money now being out here, and but at the
Yes.
same notion, I
Definitely a
found the love
hustle
of my
city.
life out here.
That's what's up. Yes. And congratulations with
Thank you,
that. Like, you know what I mean?
thank you.
That's a big thing, black love.
Hmm
So wonderful, wonderful. So, you're doing music now today,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so what inspired you to go in that lane?
What inspired me to do music was poetry. I
Okay.
remember being a kid writing love poems to girls I used to like because I was shy. I was shy as a kid. So instead of going up to a girl and telling her, "Hey, I like you. Can Would you rock with me? Woo woo." I would write love poems about her and then give it to her to try to break that shyness. But then
Mhm.
when I listened to Tupac's "Dear Mama" back in '95, I was 11 at the time.
Mhm.
That changed my perception of music in general to
Mhm.
want to go from just writing poems to see if I could write rhymes. And then in '98, when I was 14, I was traveling with my rest in power to my cousin Nert on the way to Columbus, Ohio. We listening to No Limit and Soldier Slim the whole ride. I wrote a rhyme right. I wrote my first rhyme right in the back of the car.
Period.
And but the thing was, when I came back home with that rhyme, my cousin B-Side, who is my mentor, he's about 8, 9 years older than me. He was
Mhm.
into Nas and Wu-Tang and them back then, and he was an MC in his own right. He listened to it and hated it.
Mhm.
He was like, "Boy, you ain't no damn gangster.
Mhm.
Why you rap about hitting blocks and shooting guns and all that. You don't do none of that. You better rap about
Mhm.
getting A's and B's in school. What you really do.
Mhm.
And so from then on, there once I started listening to Common and Nas's Illmatic, the rest is history, and it built me into the MC that I am now.
That is absolutely amazing. You know, dopeness. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
nothing but dopeness. And so I want to dive into your album that you got here
Okay.
today. You know what I mean? You know, show the people what's up, let
Yeah,
them know
yeah,
about it, the name and everything.
yeah. This is my current album, Race First Theology. Um, the album cover behind it is I released it on October 16th of 2025 to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Million Man March.
Mhm.
I didn't attend in 95 because I was a kid, but to see a million black men come together in peace and harmony really want my spirit to want to be a better person, not
Mhm.
only for myself, but for our people.
Mhm.
And me being a Garvey, being a member of the UNIA, our motto and theme is race first. We serve the best interests of our people first and foremost. The theology is the meaning behind what I really speak in my music, which is quality-based hip-hop on a conscious level. It's not preachy or none of that. It's just telling a different side because yes, I come from the streets of Chicago. I'm born and raised in the hood, but I didn't live a street life.
Absolutely.
I had older guys and OGs who
Mhm.
saw potential in me and kept me from that life.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I grew up in that area, so
Mhm.
I speak on that
Mhm.
aspect as well. Give a positive aspect as well because not every black man is out there living that type of life. It's way more black men is living average, normal lives and doing positive and productive things than what the media wants to put it out there. So
Mhm.
that is the basis behind the music that I do. So that explains the race first theology.
I love it, and I love your mission and goal. You know, if you see the lights on a a traffic light
Mm-hmm.
is those colors, and you know, what's stuck at a green light. I feel like as a culture, sometimes is like that.
Yeah,
Most times,
yeah.
many times, you know, the importance of just knowing that we can do more and more in this time and not keep blaming things on the past or because the white man and this and all that type of language to make an excuse for you not being successful or growing in the avenues that you want to do, and so to empower.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the empowerment when it comes down to culture because that is what's needed and example. So actually be an example in that's why we do the things that we do on
Right.
these type of platforms and
Mm-hmm.
situations. So dopeness, dopeness,
Appreciate it.
dopeness.
Appreciate it.
I love it. And I want to talk about some singles. Let's talk about some singles that you got out right now that's popping and stopping that you want the peoples to check out.
Okay. I got a new single that's I actually released it today, but I'm gonna promote it tomorrow. It's called No Apologies. I shot and filmed the video in Brooklyn, New York, when I was out there last summer for the UNIA convention. Beautiful part of that video is I'm not apologizing for being a positive and productive black man. I'm not
Mhm.
apologizing for loving my people. I'm not apologizing for embracing others to do the right things as well as speak to those who may be on the wrong path. Because at the end
Mhm.
of the day, we all been in some BS. We all did wrong. We've all come short. But at the end of the day, that single for me, the video is important because we actually go out into the neighborhood and the streets of Brooklyn and we talk to the people.
Mhm.
And the people seeing us in that uniform with that red, black, and green, they just become so inspired and enamored to want to at least gain information of what it is you doing and what it is you stand for.
Mhm.
So for me, I love the thing behind that, but I got other singles such as my favorite, Let It Out, Let It Go, which
Okay.
addresses mental health.
Nice.
Um, Another one I like is Positive Vibes. That's a song I wrote clearly for my queen to
Mhm.
let her know that we vibing and we just having incredible chemistry together. And I just love how impactful I am in your life as you are to me.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And another one I have is called Rise Up. It's the opening theme of the album, and it's letting people know just rise up above your circumstances and continue to do what's best for you without letting any distractions steer you in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's mentorship. Like, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Because your choices is everything. That's what's going to determine the whole outcome of your life.
Well,
You know,
for me, my music is more. I center my music more on grown man rap. I'm in my 40s now, so
period.
I can't. I get it. The younger generation, they do their thing, and I listen to it because guess what? I was once that age, but at the
Period.
same time,
Yes.
I'm not going to be rapping about some stuff I saw 20, 25 years ago. I'm 40 plus years old. I'm about to be a married man, and I stay more at home dealing with family life more so than being out here. You ain't gonna catch me in no club. You ain't gonna catch me on the street. I like Vegas, but the hell with the strip, in my humble opinion. And that's grown man stuff because at the end of the day, from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, I'm responsible for everything I say and do, and it impact my family as well. I don't lead by running my mouth. I am the example. So if I'm out there doing the right thing and staying on point and staying focused, the results are going to show for itself. And that's just what I truly believe in. And that shows in my life and my music.
Period. Yes. And it's nothing but just the stamp that you have, your story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being able to use that to influence over others. That's a super thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage you to keep it up and keep it going. I definitely want to say, what you're doing is vital,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
the way your whole concept and everything, like wonderfulness. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So we need that in the game. You know what I'm saying? We need that in the industry.
Yeah.
Because when you hear hip hop, it's always, like kill vibe or something, or violent, or I got cash, I got money, and this and this and that. So to utilize it in this way, keep going, like big time. So I want to jump into the topic of the night. So the topic of the night that we have is, or the day, whatever you want to say, the topic of the day, night, whatever. The topic is challenges in branding and building. What are those challenges in branding and building? So, I mean, honestly, like when you're building a brand, it just really blows my mind. Like if you're buying Nike or Louis Vuitton or something of that nature, you pay a fee of what it is, and then that's it. Like it's no more conversation. But when you are someone that is independent and trying to build your brand, it's always someone that want it for free or want to talk you down, or not enough support, not enough promo, because a lot of your success come from word of mouth. So what is your thoughts on challenges in branding and building that you've experienced as a brand?
I'm like any other artist or any other entity. Everybody, including myself, is all face struggles and challenges, putting yourself out there, going to open mics and stuff like that. I remember the struggles for me trying to, do a show and only 5 people would show up. And you still have to have
the show must go on.
motivation to perform, whether or not it's as if you were performing in front of 20, 30,000 people. But the struggle for me has always been the type of music and the type of message I send. It's not the most popular. It's not what a lot of people really are into. However, there's always a lane for anything, and you have to understand and mold yourself into what lane works perfectly for you. But I would say what has helped me overcome the challenge is the consistency. Every time somebody told me, somebody told me I couldn't do this type of hip hop, I never listened to them. I kept going. For any time somebody tried to stop me from doing a show or trying to go in the studio, I'll figure another way. I'm that type of person where you tell me no, I'm gonna figure 15 other ways before I get a yes.
Yeah, applying
and,
it.
and
Apply
so that's
pressure.
the challenge. I apply to myself to keep going and stay motivated, but at the same time, just be aware that when you first enter the game, if you don't have a passion for this ain't gonna work for you.
That part too, and understanding that.
If you ain't willing to do this for free in the beginning, if you ain't willing to do this for free, this ain't for you. I'm at a point now in my career, I get phone calls for people want to, hey bro, can you email the album to me? Sure, $10. I get phone calls from people, man, I'll buy your album. I'll mail it myself. I could be in the bed with my wife and I hear my email go off. Oh, you just got a royalty check.
Mm.
That's where I'm at now. But the challenges that lead to that, man, I had to learn everything on my own. I had to be aware that the mainstream wasn't for me. Me going to a label, that was never for me. That was not what I wanted to do, because I'm a firm believer. I will never allow nobody to tell me to dictate my music, to dictate the words that come out of my mouth, to dictate the thoughts that go through my brain, to dictate to tell me that the experiences I've had in life, I can't put that out there because certain people, you don't know that. I've made songs such as The Realities of Combat, and it saved people's lives. That's the impact I have as an
That's
MC.
the mission. That's the responsibility sometimes that unfortunately, and sometimes most times
Yeah.
fortunately, that we take when we are, when we have the ability to capture like up to the masses. To have that type of message.
And I'm not trying to sound all passionate. No, it's like
you are passionate.
That's like when I'm answering these questions, it comes out, because I love it. I truly believe when I do interviews, that spirit of Malcolm and Garvey and Khalid Muhammad comes out in me every single time.
I could dig it. I love it. You know what I mean? Because it comes from the heart. It comes from a real place. Stuck at a green light. That green light is those opportunities, those goals. You know what I mean? And just like in actual traffic, you're gonna experience green lights, but what do you do about it? You know what I mean? You get frustrated, or you just be calm and be planning and knowing that you got, you're gonna get there eventually. So with that whole movement that's going on, like, can you tell the people a stuck at a green light moment, and how did you overcome it?
In 2015, I believe, the end of 2015, I was done with rapping. I was done with music, period. I did a show, announced it, I was done. The very next day, I sat to myself and said, Abdullah, you've been doing this since 1998. You've been doing this for almost 20 years. Why give up on it now? You don't even know whether or not your greatest blessing has even arrived. And at the time, it didn't. Keep going. You have a message. You have something that's impactful, not only for yourself, but for the world. Your name is Abdullah. You're a servant of God. Through hip hop, you serve the best interests of your people. Why give up now? And that light, when I stopped, it was red. When I sat down and thought to myself, it was yellow. The very next month was 2016, and people thought they were like, oh man, we thought you gave up. I said, can I go on and rock the night? They said, yeah. Once I did that, that light turned green, and I ain't been missing a beat since.
Come on now. I love it. I love how you broke it down. Like, you know what I mean? You broke it down. You broke it down. And I mean, that was amazing and well said, and put in a place where it's understandable and relatable to others. Like, so I definitely appreciate you, like, for real, for sharing that and the way you did it. Like, you know what I mean? So very, very encouraging. Like, I just want to empower everyone to understand, like, you're going to have challenges. You're going to be stuck at those green lights, but that's opportunity. Green means go. So let's strategize, plan, understand that everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in it. And the challenges that we have when, building our brand and our company, like, those are bound to happen. The sacrifices that we make, like you said, doing stuff for free, but like only,
Like
I'm in the beginning.
I'm sacrificing then, right now. I'm sacrificing
knowing your value.
I'm sacrificing basically right now being here. I'm literally functioning on 2 hours of sleep.
See,
because yesterday I was at home. I started listening to my old material. I said I want to kind of recreate it a little bit, tweak it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to give a little modern sound. So I worked on that for 14 straight hours. Even while wifey ain't feeling well, I'm tending to her, tending to the dog. But at the same time, I'm sacrificing sleep. I'm sacrificing spending more family time. But because at the end of the day, hip hop is the love of my life. It's a true passion for me. And I'm not just talking about the music. I love the culture of hip hop. I love the DJing. I love the MCing. Not somebody that's spitting MCing. Period. You could be a party rapper and get that. If you got that crowd buzzing, you're an MC to me. I love the tag writing. I love the graffiti art. I love the breakdance and all that. It's just the culture for me that I embrace. And that's why I come in, so if you each one teach one, And for me, it's very important that hip hop is immersed in everything I say and do, not just from a rapping aspect, but from all elements, because it's vital that we keep this culture alive.
Mhm.
It's
I
50, it's
I
50 plus
concur.
years.
I
I wanna
concur.
I wanna keep I wanna see it going when I'm old and ready to go to the creator.
Period. I love it. Keep it going and keep it popping, because that's also, again, being around like-minded individuals. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And you may not can change the world, but you can start with what you do in your day and what your
Exactly.
mission is and what your, goals are. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what it is. So what do we have up and coming? And what we have up and coming to look forward to from you? And also let the people know, where they can contact you, find you, for booking
Okay.
and any other information.
Well, currently, I have my album out, Race First Theology. I have physical copies available for $10. I also have the Q card notion if you just want to listen and stream it. That's free. Well, for me, it's actually get money off of it,
Mhm.
but I'm currently doing a lot of writing. I'm going to do one more project, and then I'm going to go off in the background and become more of an A&R to younger artists.
Period. I love it.
And far as the album, I'm going to continue to promote it,
Mhm.
promote all the videos. I got numerous shows coming up. One in Phoenix in May for the Malcolm X
Mhm.
birthday celebration. I'm going to Baltimore and DC this summer to perform at a convention there. Also in Chicago as well. And far as family life, next year I'm gonna make that move and make that official with my queen.
That's right. Come on now. Congratulations. Let's go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yes. So race first theology, y'all. And one thing I gotta point out is, I mean, come on, he got the tangible. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s, like, we stacked these, in the early 2000s, and I know we moved into a world of just, the internet and being able to download and ABCD, but I'm gonna encourage artists to still do this. Like,
It
I remember, shoot,
yeah.
we didn't have this
It,
stuff, so we
it's
used to
it's
sell this
actually
out the
still
our
a it's
trunk of our
actually still a
cars. You
market
feel
out there
me?
for those.
Yeah,
I mean,
please.
I've made my last 5 albums. I've always made physical copies and sold them out
Something
because
tangible.
for the younger people, they're more in tune to listen to digital, which I encourage every artist to be diverse.
Mhm.
Have your physical copies, have your digital copies, have something on you. Like you can have your wristwatch and have your material on there.
Mhm.
Be multifaceted in what you do, because you'll never know. There's people out there that do vinyl still to this day and sell them things.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Heck
I,
yeah.
I, I encourage
Heck
all
yeah.
artists to diversify your portfolio
Yes.
and do it all, because guess what? If people really like what they hear from what you and I from, we want a physical copy. If you
Mhm.
dope as hell, I
Mhm.
ask for a physical copy.
Mhm.
But if not, I still support it and I would listen to your entire project, because that's how much I love dope music and dope artists, and also how artists present themselves. I
Mhm.
remember back in
Mhm.
the day, Ice Cube used to say, if you meet up to me, present yourself with a handshake, then break.
Mhm. Mhm.
Make your presentation known to everybody so that when people want to invest in you, you ready.
Yeah, you ready. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Hmm.
Well, you heard that right here, right now. Okay. Stuck at a Green Light Live show on this gorgeous radio is definitely a vibe today. The topic of the day is challenges and, the challenge. I mean, the topic of the day, challenges in branding and building. Okay. I'm up here like making beats and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Beatboxing. But yeah, so definitely a lit situation. Shout out to the audience, shout out to the live viewers, and shout out to Abdullah for coming
Appreciate it.
in. You
Appreciate
know
you.
what I'm saying? We got Race First Theology. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check him out on all social media platforms and social platforms. You know what I mean? Today we are definitely sponsored by G's Snacks Catering on the Go. So make sure you go and check her out on social media and other internet outlets and things of that nature, right? So tap in, Tap in, tap in. It's Saturday, media day. Stuck at a green light. Let's get it. Let's go, baby.
Peace.
I need your card. I'm like, oh, I wish I could just have telekinesis.